as you mentioned earlier, to the COVID-19 bill, which is seemingly unrelated, is more than doubling of the federal minimum wage to $15. Our own Isabel Soto recently wrote about the potential implications of such a rapid, significant increase. Would you give us an overview about what she found?
The issue with this is that there's now a lot of research which finds that on balance, raising the minimum wage harms job growth, and it doesn't harm job growth uniformly. It hits particular people, and so it is the less skilled, the least experienced individuals who are typically the lowest paid. They're the ones who typically don't get hired because of a higher minimum wage. So teenagers are the poster children for this, right? They're too expensive, and at a $15 an hour minimum wage, you're saying you have to pay $30,000 for a teenager to work. That's expensive. So if you look now in the data, what's the unemployment rate for college graduates? 3.8%. What's the unemployment rate for people with a high school diploma? 7.8%. What if you didn't finish high school? 9.8%. Who's not going to get hired? The guys without diplomas. I mean, they're going to get priced out of the market. And so we're going to hurt those people who are already in the greatest distress. And that just seems unwise. And you can look at that by education. You can look at it by communities of color, and you get the same story. Those already in the greatest distress are least likely to get rehired if we do this. Same's true for where they work. They typically work in small businesses. We've lost probably 25% of our small businesses permanently. 40% have closed. Some hope to reopen. Will they all be able to reopen? Well, it's a much more costly structure if you go to $15 an hour, and so maybe not. Will they reopen with the same staff? Like, you reopen the restaurant, let's bring back half the waiters. And so it's the wrong thing to do, especially now, because of the desire to get people back to work. It gets in the way of that. And I find it a perverse form of redistribution, because if, in fact, I don't get to go back to my waiter's job because of the $15 minimum wage, effectively you've taken my money and given it to someone who has a job. So we've taken it from someone who's not working to someone who is working. That doesn't make any sense. We wouldn't normally do that. We wouldn't run around and say, we need to tax unemployed people and give it to the employed. That's perverse. Same is true for the small business owner who doesn't reopen. You've essentially taken their livelihood, their income, and given it to someone else who's employed. And so I can't say anything good about it. I mean, it's a poster child for some on the left. They want it in the name of fairness and in the name of equity. But if you look inside of it, it's tremendously unfair and inequitable. And I just don't think we should do it.